What is up, loves? Welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto Online video. My name is Darkside. So this is just my personal list of the best vehicles that you should own for the year 2025. Starting off with the Night Shark, everybody should own this. Not only does it have the guns on the front you could switch to, you could chuck sticky bombs out of here, grenades, as long as you don't have the armored plating on the side. Just make sure you fully upgrade it though, because with the fully upgraded armor, I think it could take like 30 missile hits or 30 rocket hits, something like that. And yeah, you could troll the shit out of Oppressor Mark II griefers with this. Ghillie Master, this is his like go-to vehicle when people are trying to kill him with the Oppressor Mark II. This is what he gets into. It's easy to get shot out of though. That's the only bad thing. If you don't have the armored plating on the side, you can get shot out of this thing really, really easy. So just be careful with that. Moving on to this next vehicle is going to be the jetpack. Okay, so this is the one that gets stored inside my facility. We have one that you can store inside of your Avenger. It's really good to get you out of a bad situation. So I don't know if you guys know this. You can actually go in and out of passive mode. It's the only weaponized vehicle you can jump into passive mode in. Yeah, I don't know why they left it that way. The missiles on this can be pretty deadly if you know what you're doing. I usually like to get in it and bomb down on a few people. So, yeah, but the only thing is, if you go straight ahead and keep going straight, like jets and people firing rockets at you, they won't hit you. This thing seems to be a little bit too fast for them. But if you turn around and you get someone that's in a Rune or a scramjet and they catch you facing the wrong way, you're fucked. Moving on to the next vehicle is the Armored Kuruma. This is old school, man. If you guys have done the Felisa job, you'll get the trade-in price on this. Listen, I'm waiting for them to put the Amani tech on this. I don't think they have it yet, not for this vehicle. That would be awesome. Because the Armored Kuruma is probably one of the best armored vehicles in the game. It's fast. And it can hold up to 4 people. So, yeah. I love this thing. I mean, this is what I used to take on heist with me back in the day before they put all the new vehicles in the game, you know. So, and I'm going to get into another vehicle a little bit later on that you can bring on heist with you. But yeah, this used to be the go-to for the heist, man, back in the day. So, I think it's around $500,000 or something like that. With the trade price, you can get it at like 300 and something thousand. So, yeah, definitely a good vehicle to invest in. So make sure you do that. So another step up from that, from the Kuruma, is going to be the Duke of Death. This is 100% free for everybody. You can just go on Warstock, go all the way down to the bottom, and pick it up. And with the armor on this, it can take, I think, like 2 or 3 rocket hits, something like that. It definitely doesn't blow up straight away like the Kuruma does. The only bad thing is you can only fit 2 people in here. But yeah, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of tricky to shoot someone out of one of these. There's only a couple windows you can shoot into that actually you can make contact with the person and get them out. So yeah, it's kind of a tricky one. But yeah, it's a very good vehicle, and you could use pretty much all your guns out of this. You can't use any throwables, unfortunately, but yeah. And it's pretty quick. We'll get you around the map pretty fast. So it's good to take on certain heists with you. So I kind of miss those days, man, of going on heists and having to take an armored vehicle with you, like the Kuruma or this. Yeah, now you just bring something in and blow shit up. So moving on to the next one is going to be the Deluxo. Like, what else can you say about this? The Deluxo is really good. It gets you across the map pretty quick. It can hold 2 people. The missiles are really good. And of course it flies. And it can go on the water too. It can hover over the water, which is really good. So if you gotta try to attack somebody that's in a Kasaka or something like that. They're not the best missiles in the game, but they're really accurate. They're really deadly. So if you haven't picked up the Deluxo yet, I would suggest getting it. Definitely. And be careful, man. If you get someone that's really good at free aiming the missiles down on top of you with this, same as the scramjet, it can be pretty deadly. Like that. Yeah, they can tear you up pretty decent if they know what they're doing. So, I'm not as good in the Deluxo as I am in the scramjet, but I could still fuck some people up. Moving on to this next one, of course, the Vigilante, man. This thing has got some of the best missiles in the game. Not the very best, but some of the best. Yeah, they could actually like spin around, do 360s, and this thing will plow through anything. And as long as you have it fully upgraded, it can take quite a beating. And you can also bring it with you on heist. It's the only vehicle with missiles now you can take with you on heist preps and on actual heists. So, yeah. I don't remember how much this is. I think it's like $4 million. It's probably almost closer to $5 million after it's fully upgraded and everything. Somewhere in that neighborhood. But yeah, definitely worth it if you have the money. Invest in the Vigilante. Moving on to the next one is a flying vehicle, believe it or not. The Akula. This thing is really good for getting your stuff across the map without being undetected. You can go into stealth mode. Holds up to 4 people, so if you're doing an MC supply run, you can each get a package, jump into the Akula, and go down and deliver it. I think it works for like business battle stuff too. I'm pretty sure, unless they changed something and messed something else up. And it's really good for getting the drop on another player. You can just pop up anywhere and take them out and then go and disappear. It's hard to keep track of someone in an Akula. You know, it really is. But, yeah, I mean, you just gotta kind of listen for the helicopter flying around. And that's kind of what I do. You know, if I'm on ground or something and I'm like, they gotta be popping up somewhere. And then, bam, they usually pop up and you can take them out with the marksman. But it is good for delivering your shit. Same thing with the Raiju. This thing has the stealth capabilities, and it's got the explosive cannons. Very good jet to own. Probably the best jet in the game now. And it's fast, and it's very agile. It could stop right in midair, and you could just do what you gotta do. And, yeah, now this is the king of jets now, I would say. A lot of people prefer, like, either the Pyro or the Starling. I think it's the Starling. But I like the Raiju. I do. Definitely a good buy. It's very expensive though, so it's up to you guys if you want to decide to buy it. But you know, definitely worth it. Moving on to the next one is the regular Oppressor. Sorry, my blinds are going crazy behind me. The regular Oppressor, definitely a good investment, and you can call it in with this MC menu pretty much anywhere. Definitely worth it. Moving on to the Scramjet, which is my favorite vehicle in the game, without a doubt. I've been getting a lot better with the Scramjet, bombing down on people at a 90-degree angle. It's really hard for them to hit you, because like I said, we only have a shooting radius aiming up-wise, maybe 70, 75 degrees angle up. And when someone's bombing down on you at basically a 90-degree angle, you're pretty much fucked. And the only way that people can catch you is with the railgun if you're arcing when you're jumping up. Which, listen, if they don't catch you, they're fucked most of the time because they're usually standing still. So, yeah, and the missiles are excellent. They're really good missiles too. They're better than the Deluxo missiles, I think. And I'd say they're a step below the Vigilante ones, but better than the Deluxo and the Toreador missiles. So. Yeah, I wish this thing had Ruiner missiles on it. God, forget it. The missiles are really good, though. But yeah, don't forget, you need to put the extra armor on this. Otherwise, every time you keep crashing with it, it's going to start smoking very, very easily if you don't have the additional armor on. Moving on to the next thing, of course, the Oppressor Mark II, best grinding vehicle in the game. And you guys see me do this all the time. If people go ghost on me, basically I get off of it and get into thermal, and then I just spawn trap people on ground. That's what I do. I know it's a trash tactic, but listen, if you're gonna go ghost against somebody that's not ghost, that's even more trashy because you're trying to put yourself off the radar. This is how I deal with people that go off radar. And I can see exactly where they're at. Yep, most of the time. And you can see exactly where they spawn in at. I just go get in the thermal and I catch them as they spawn in. So, yeah, really expensive vehicle though. It's like $8 million by the time you put armor on it and everything. And you have to own the terabyte. It's like you're looking at like $10 million, $11 million almost, when all is said and done. But still a very good vehicle to own. I highly recommend getting the Oppressor Mark II. Moving on to the very last thing, of course, the Toreador. Probably the best vehicle they've ever put into Grand Theft Auto Online. By far. I mean, the missiles could be a little bit better,
but I'm not going to nitpick that too much. As long as you have the additional extra armor on here, which I think you have to do it in an MOC or an Avenger, this thing could take four rocket blasts. So, yeah, it's really easy to shoot someone out of one of these, though. So, they're not too overpowered, you know. And, yeah, ever since this was introduced into the game, it's changed Oppressive Mark II griefers. It's stopped them, it's slowed them down considerably. I was saying, man, it would be cool to have a vehicle, and I know it's asking a bit much, a vehicle that flies and then goes underwater at the same time, like a Deluxo and Toreador hybrid. That would be fucking awesome, but I know that would probably never happen. That would be a little bit too OP. But anyway, guys, those are my top picks for the vehicles you should own in the year 2025. I'll see you guys soon. I'll talk to you later tonight. Have a good day. Peace.